Why does Iran distrust the United States? Most people think the answer is 1979, the Iranian Revolution and the hostage crisis. But the story begins 26 years earlier, August 19th, 1953. But before we get there, if you enjoy deep historical stories like this, consider subscribing. It helps the channel grow and keeps these documentaries coming. All right, back to the story. To understand that moment, we have to go back a few years. In 1950, Iran was a constitutional monarchy. The Shah, Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, sat on the throne, but political power was shared with an elected parliament known as the Majlis. Iran was emerging from decades of foreign influence over its economy, especially in one critical sector, oil. For more than half a century, Iran's oil industry had been dominated by the Anglo-Iranian Oil Company, a British corporation that controlled production and exports. Despite the enormous value of Iran's oil reserves, the Iranian government received only a small share of the profits. By 1950, Britain was earning more revenue from Iranian oil than the Iranian government itself. This imbalance became a growing political issue inside the country. In 1951, Iran elected a new prime minister. His name was Mohammad Mosaddegh. Mosaddegh had spent decades in Iranian politics. He was educated in Europe and was widely known for his strong commitment to Iranian sovereignty and constitutional rule. Soon after taking office, he pushed through a major decision. The Iranian parliament voted to nationalize the Anglo-Iranian Oil Company. The idea was simple. Iran's oil should be controlled by Iran. The move was extremely popular among the Iranian public, but it triggered a major international crisis. Britain responded with economic pressure. Iranian assets were frozen, and a global boycott of Iranian oil was organized. The goal was to force Iran to reverse the nationalization. Mosaddegh refused. He brought Iran's case before the United Nations and argued that a country should control its own natural resources. The dispute quickly became part of the larger Cold War tensions shaping global politics at the time. British officials warned that political instability in Iran could allow the Soviet Union to gain influence in the region. In Washington, the Truman administration remained cautious, but in January 1953, a new president entered office, Dwight D. Eisenhower. His administration was more willing to support covert action to shape events abroad. During the spring of 1953, American and British intelligence agencies began planning a covert operation to remove Mosaddegh from power. The operation was known as Operation Ajax. The strategy combined several different methods. First, a propaganda campaign was organized. Stories criticizing Mosaddegh began appearing in newspapers and political publications. Second, political groups and protest organizers were quietly funded to stage demonstrations and unrest in Tehran. Third, contacts were made with members of Iran's military and political elite who might support a change in government. According to declassified CIA documents released decades later, about $1 million was allocated for the operation. On August 19, 1953, large demonstrations and political confrontations erupted in Tehran. By the end of the day, Mossadegh's government had collapsed. He was arrested at his home and later put on trial. Mossaddegh was sentenced to prison and then placed under house arrest, where he remained for the rest of his life. He died in 1967. After the coup, the Shah returned to power with significantly stronger authority. Iran became a close strategic partner of the United States during the Cold War. A new international oil consortium, including several Western companies, took control of Iranian oil production. In the short term, Iran appeared politically stable and oil exports resumed. But the events of 1953 left a lasting impact inside the country. Many Iranians saw the removal of their elected prime minister as foreign interference in their national sovereignty. Over time, that memory became part of the political narrative inside Iran. In 2013, the CIA publicly acknowledged its role in the 1953 coup through declassified documents. The episode remains one of the most debated events in modern Middle Eastern history, and it helps explain why relations between Iran and the United States developed the way they did in the decades that followed. In the next episode, we will look at what happened after the coup. The Shah is back in power. The United States is his closest ally, and Iran is about to enter a period of rapid change that will shape the country for the next quarter century. That story continues in episode 2.